Welcome back to Planet Rust. Since his escape, the hunter has been surviving on the local wildlife, planning his next move and how to free the poor slaves. However, this particular hunting trip has led to him finding a set of ruins he has never seen before. Strange signs. Must be another clan. Although it looks deserted, the hunter keeps his wits about him. Seems most doors have been removed, probably by the previous occupants. However, some remain, must have left in a hurry. And I think we know why. Cross Clan. Ah, a key. Maybe it opens the tower. Waste not, want not, I suppose. Seems they favor ranged weapons. Oh, bugger me. The key does not open the door. Very interesting house designs. The hunter will bear this in mind. After a long trek back towards Cross Clan, the hunter is feeling prepared. Sure-footed and eager, he sprints along the mountainside, confident nothing can get in his way. Fuck! He's being shot at. Seem to be firing from those towers up there. Most players would tuck tail and run at this point, but not the hunter. He will make them bleed for their surprise ambush. Again resembling his idol, Sir Edmund Hillary, the hunter effortlessly scours up the mountain, evading arrows and dodging and ducking every direction he can. Getting a bit close there, hunter. Be careful. Thought a joke here might fly over some people's heads. However, it certainly didn't fly over the hunter's. He darts from easily climbable portion of mountain, putting a bit of rock between him and two of his opposition. Although his health is low, by lining the towers up in this fashion, he ensures only one of them can attack. The other risks a little bit of friendly fire. Despite this, our hunter is getting nervous, and his bow skills are not on par with his spear ones. Another hit, permadeath is looming, but he takes the shot. And it's a good one. Looks like the target's gone and dug himself in. Time for the hunter to employ his favorite weapon, the stone spear. Crikey, that's a high-angle hunter. Are you sure this is going to... Wow. Fair enough then. That leaves only one tower. A good hit. Looks like he's running. Our hunter seizes this opportunity to finish off and loot the dirt in the first tower. Good old pickaxe. As the sun sets slowly beyond the horizon, our hunter is healed, geared, and happy. Time to get out of this infernal tower. Oh, struggling a bit there. Visions of starvation, forced cannibalism, and slow, painful death flash before our hunter's eyes. Will he ever escape? Oh, okay, yep, he's escaped now. He takes the opportunity to investigate the other tower. A campfire is still lit. Ah, he's being shot at. Someone's back for more. Although his target has a weapon of superior range, our hunter now holds the high ground, and he fully intends to use it. After a brief taunt, he throws. Extraordinary. Better get down this mountain quickly. Can't be leaving a spear behind now, can we? His jumping may have looked just like a simple taunt, but it was more than that. It was a time for him to run through the various calculations and algorithms of wind speed, velocity, direction that had to be employed when pulling off a spear throw such as this. Fair play. Judging by his pose, it looks like we hit a nerve. Time for a drink. Tastes like bear shit. Better keep your guard up. Thirst quenched and spear cleaned, our hunter makes his way along the shoreline. Ah, a small riverside cottage. Looks like a pleasant place to live. I wonder if they're friendly. Our hunter gingerly makes his way towards the house. What's that noise? Sounds like hacking. Seems I'm not the first to discover this place. Maybe it's being raided. There's someone in the window. Our hunter tries to grab his attention. He jumps frantically. Looks like he needs help. Always prepared to help a friendly player, our hunter makes the kill. Glorious. The occupant seems unsure. Our hunter indicates his friendliness. As a gesture of goodwill, our hunter says, "Have the loot." He doesn't seem to have a clan allegiance, and simply lives on his own by the river. Quite the hermit. I wonder how he survived this long. This hermit reminds me of our good friend Lugger. After a particularly bad night out in the colonies, Walter and I awoke on the Bay of Whitsand in Cornwall. We're not quite sure how we ended back there, but we opted to climb the cliffs and head back towards civilization. On our way up, we met a very dedicated hermit named Lugger. He had taken to slowly and carefully carving out a cave into the rock. But the man could drink, and so we enjoyed some scotch which had recently washed up from a nearby wreck. After a great night, we ascended the cliffs and aptly named the place the Grotto. This hermit, however, seems to be facing far more aggression, with yet another attacker making his presence known. Fortunately for him, the hunter is still around and ready to protect him. The hunter tries to indicate his battle plan. The hermit seems very much unsure. Trusting the hunter, here we go. Very nice. Time to put this bastard out of his misery. Go on then, hermit, it's all yours. Much like St. Nicholas, our hunter is a very generous man indeed. But he will have his spear back. That's his. Tough. A grateful and happy hermit bestows upon our hunter various resources and tools for him to construct his outpost. In the end, helping someone out will always pay off. Taking a swig on which one can only assume is a home-brewed ale, the hermit leads the hunter outside, and they stare at the beautiful surroundings together. Seems to be watering it down. Strong stuff, no doubt. With one last courtesy jump, our hermit bids farewell to our hunter. Hopefully he will see him again. But there is work to be done. It is time. Our hunter heads towards the cross-clan territory. Already he has spotted some of their scouts descending the mountain. Better be careful. Stealth is key here. Using the crossbow to zoom in, our hunter must gingerly ascend the sandy hill and see what awaits him. Crikey O'Reilly, another outpost. It looked pretty empty, but then again, most of the slaves are probably out gathering with the rest of the drivers. Initial reconnaissance is of paramount importance. If our hunter is to break in and free any slaves at all, he must learn the lay of the land. Ah, interesting. Looks like there's two different slave pens. Again, he must be careful. On this server, the hunter is really the only chance they've got. Our hunter hears a screech echoing in the distance. Looks like a poor slave is being hunted down by a dastardly driver. The hunter cannot stand for this. He knows what must be done. However, a forward offensive has to be constructed. Using the supplies the hermit gave him, he'll be able to construct a small shack in order to keep his supplies locked away and free up inventory space. Gear all locked away, he's ready to go and start his proper reconnaissance on the Cross Clan. As night falls, the hunter sees the clan fully active, slaves locked away, patrols are regular. This place is big. If our hunter has any hope of taking this place and freeing some slaves, he must attack at the most ideal, opportune moment. Every morning, our hunter watches them form up and then run off to work. He watches their patterns. He appreciates their maneuvers. He knows when's the best time to attack. The time has come. Most of the slavers are away doing what they do best. All that remains is a skeleton force to maintain order, and of course, some slaves for the fighting pits. These slaves will be the founding members of our hunter's new army. Stealth, timing, speed, and aggression. Our hunter is filled with tension and anticipation. Choosing the right moment, he evades the sight of the guards in the towers and makes his way into the base. As he creeps through unfriendly terrain, he knows his target, the slave pens. With no true cover, he sprints around the building and is immediately met by the sight of a Cross Clan member. For God's sake, hunter, be careful. Looks like the coast is clear. It's time. Just as he expected, most slaves are gone. However, some remain. Having spent much time in cells just like these himself, bad memories crawl back into the deepest, darkest reaches of his brain. The jailer will come soon to send the slaves to the pits, not on the hunter's watch. Plenty of resources. Seems the slaves have been very busy. Our hunter takes some slave kit in case it comes in useful, and he's found the keys. Pulling his stone spear from the cold dead corpse, our hunter begins reeling back the prison doors and freeing the poor slaves. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. And so a plan is formed, a dastardly, clever ambush. All the slaves will return to their cells, but this time with their key, so they can be free whenever they want. Armed with spears, they will attack. Although chat is disabled, there's no way to stop TeamSpeak. Cross Clan will be coming. The slow soldiers of oppression walk into the pens, directly into the jaws of the ambush. The hunter approaches carefully, and with a spear throw, the signal is given. The slaves fly out of their cells, armed to the teeth and ready for revenge. They hack the corpses to pieces, a fitting end. However, freedom is not yet theirs. They must escape this outpost with their lives. Grabbing their weapons, they line up at the door. The hunter almost feels pity for the next member to walk through this door. In the blood of their enemies, Albion is formed.
Merciless sun bearing down upon those who walk through the fields at dawn. Merciless sun bearing down upon those who walk through the fields at dawn. Merciless sun bearing down upon those who walk through the fields at dawn. Merciless sun bearing down upon